Hi everybody, we're going to do a Q&A. We're going to talk about a couple of special things that VBC has made for us this season. So VBC, which stands for Vitale Barberis Canonico, is one of the oldest mills in Italy. And they do fabulous cloth, which we've used many, many times in our collections. And over the years, they've done a couple of specials for us. But this year, because it's the Armoury's 10-year anniversary, I'm filming this today, October 20th, 2020. This year, they did 3 special cloths with us. So all 3 of these cloths are in one of our favorite qualities. It's called the Classic Worsted, or if you are a bespoke aficionado or an MTM maniac, you might know it better as the Draper's 5 stars. And you know what, actually it was Antonio Liverano who turned me onto this cloth in the first place. It's one of his favorite cloths to work with, and I will tell you why. This cloth is the most English cloth I've ever seen an Italian mill make. What that means is that the cloth is not necessarily that soft, but it's very crisp, it's very dry, it's got great body, and it's relatively heavy. It's not the sort of cloth you typically associate with Italian mills. The reason why VBC made this cloth, or made this quality of cloth, is their creative director, Francesco Barberis, who's part of the family, and just like a man with great taste. He spent a great deal of time in the UK, he became an Anglophile, and so he wanted to make a cloth with VBC that kind of, I guess, reminded him of his youth in the UK. And we are huge fans of it as well. And so we said, okay, that's the cloth that we're going to use to make some special designs in. So the buying team at the Armoury and I, we went down to the VBC's offices in Pratovero, and we put some designs together. And finally, they've been realized as these 2 Model 3 suits and this Model 3 sport coat. They are the Armoury by Ring Jacket, of course. And let's have a look at the details of the cloth. So we'll start with this, because I'm actually wearing the sport coat as well. So the sport coat is in actually kind of a caramel auburn sort of color, and then with a lot of black and gray in it. So from a distance, it actually reads like brownish gray. And although the classic worsted / 5 stars quality is more associated with suiting, we actually thought that it could look really good also as a sport coat, especially this sort of slightly dressier sport coat. That's not to say you couldn't dress it down a little bit. So I'm wearing the dressy way, white shirt, black knit tie, gray trousers, but you could also do it this way with a little bit of knitwear. So you got a navy cashmere turtleneck, you've got tone-on-tone kind of browny olivey chinos, and a little bit of a silk pocket square to give it a bit of shine and a bit of color. So I'm super into that. And then I'm really excited to talk about the 2 suitings. So the 2 suitings we actually did as micro herringbones. So they're very, very fine herringbones. And the reason why I wanted to do as micro herringbone is because then you can add a lot of color into the different fins of the herringbone and give it a texture without necessarily making it very fuzzy. So, on appearance, on touch, it's dry and it's crisp, but then when you look at it, it's just got this great visual texture to it. So we'll start with the brown. So the brown is a mixture of beiges and dark browns, and it looks great as a suit. We actually thought about potentially doing this as maybe an odd trouser and a sport coat, but really it just looks so good as a suit, we decided to stick with it as a suit. It goes well with kind of more patterned outfits like this. So olive stripe in the shirt, browns and blues and olives in the necktie, and a little bit of a little bit of blue and gray in the pocket square. I love it like that, but you could also do it real simple like this, just a white shirt and maybe dark accessories like a navy tie. And this is probably my favorite, and certainly one that I would recommend everyone consider for their wardrobe, because this is like the do everything suit. If you were to have one suit for important things happening in your life, this would be it, right? Like you could do an interview, you could go to a wedding, you could go to a board meeting, all in this suit, all using this cloth. It's a very conservative gray, but what makes it really interesting is it's got so many shades of gray in it, pale grays, mid grays, dark grays. The base is dark, but the fins have a lot of lightness in it, and that just wakes it up and makes it so much more interesting visually. In terms of what you could put it together with, so in this case, we did it with quite saturated blues. We have like this kind of medium blue shirt with a navy tie, and then for the accessory, rather than going for something really stark and optic, we actually opted for an ecru, just to give it a little bit of a subtle accent. All right, so there you go. The VBC specials for the Armoury this fall winter. They are in store and online now, so please check them out. And thanks for watching.